Notice to the public. Individuals addressing the council should be respectful of others in their choice of words and actions. Owners of properties being considered this evening will be allowed to address the council at the time the condemnation hearing is called. When the address is called, please come to the podium and state your name and address. All cell phones and electronic devices used for communication should be silenced for the duration of the meeting. I'd like to call this meeting of the Terrebonne Parish Council condemnations to order, and we will have the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. John Amity. Please rise.
Heavenly Father, we come before you in the name of Jesus, Lord, and we ask that you would guide us in this meeting so that we can be both productive and, Lord, that all the needs would be satisfied and met during this meeting that we're having, Lord. Strengthen us as we make the tough decisions and let us be effective and divisive. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Harding, Mr. Michelle, Mr. Amity, Ms. Domain, Darren Gidry, Mr. Babin, Mr. Dirk Gidry, Mr. Trustclair, Mr. Pleasure. Madam Chairwoman, you have a quorum present.
Thank you. Item 1, conduct public hearings and take action. Sorry. Item 1, conduct public hearings and take action on the proposed condemnation of structures located at the following addresses. Item A, 116 Leona Street. Ms. Brown, are you presenting, or? All right. I'll let you.
I'm sorry? Okay, yes, 116 Leona Street. So this matter was continued from our July 25th, 2023 hearing. And we conducted another inspection on the 16th of October, and it continues to be in violation. So we're going to recommend that it is condemned.
Sir, can you please state your name and address for the record? And give us 1 second while we turn on your mic. You can go, sir.
My name is Jarrell Malonson. I'm the owner of 116 Leona. I was here at the last meeting. Since then, I've did what I needed to do and received my permit and plan on starting work this weekend. The only thing that's messed up in the house is from people that's constantly been going in there. I've boarded it up, they knock it down again and mess things up inside, but I plan on starting work full time this weekend. And like I said, I've got my permit.
Mr. Pulaski, he said he has his permit. Did he get that permit from your office, sir? 116 Leona. He has it with him, Mr. Pulaski, if you want to have a look at it.
Yeah, issued on August 3rd, so it's still open and valid.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for getting that permit. And the outside of the house does look nice and neat and tidy,
like I
and
said,
so.
I've been fighting with, excuse my language, crackheads, whatever it is, since it happened.
Right, right. We understand that. I have one light, Mr. Michel.
I must be looking, and I apologize. Am I looking at the wrong picture? Because I don't see the outside of the house looking nice at all.
I mean the yard.
Oh, but this is about the structure, though. Is that correct? Okay. Okay. And I mean, how long is that permit good for, Mr. Pulaski?
A year from the issue date, so August 3rd, 2024.
Okay. So what is recommendation?
We are still recommending that it's condemned. And if with the 30 days to complete.
Mr. Harding.
Ms. Dion, that is the recommendation that you're having prior to you knowing that he had a permit, then, right?
Yeah, I did not know he had a permit. However, he was at the last hearing, that which was 3 months ago.
Mm.
He received the permit in August. There has been no improvements to the structure.
So,
In my defense, may I speak?
yeah, yeah, and that's the only question I had to ask, and then what bearings it would have in reference to whether we as the government knowing or not knowing that he had a permit. So, you know, what I mean, I'm finished, Mr. Domingue.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. I do have one more light, sir. Mr. Misha?
Okay, yeah, and yes, before I speak, I would like for him to speak.
Okay, all right, absolutely. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the only rental that I have, and I do the work myself, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to get it done, and I'll start work this week.
Okay.
Mr. Misha?
Okay, I mean, he's been having a permit since August. When was this first reported?
July. Well, first reported,
Yes.
I have to look.
Was it before or after Hurricane Ida?
It's hurricane damage is what it is.
So they have been, yeah, it was after the storm, I'm sorry. It was before the
Okay.
storm.
And how long do you think it will take you to get this up to code?
Before Christmas, I hope to have it completed and rented.
Okay, can we do a condemnation and give him 90 days instead of 30 days?
Whatever.
Okay, my motion is to condemn, but give it 30 days, and if he's got it up to.
90 days.
I'm sorry, 90 days, thank you.
I'll
That's-
second that.
Okay. We have a motion to condemn, but give you 90 days to complete any improvements. And then you can come and bring it back to their office and it will come back in front of us. So we have a motion by Mr. Michel and a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas, motion passes. So, sir, when I said neat and tidy, I meant that the yard, I appreciate the yard being neat and tidy. This is the district that I represent, and we do want to see these affordable housing units come
Well,
back up. And so we're giving you time, and so that's a
I
good thing.
appreciate if you could come by there sometime and look across the street from what I'm dealing with. Been there
Yes.
20-something years. You what I'm
I
saying?
know the property you're talking about, sir, and
Right.
it has been reported.
I care about my properties, and
Mhm.
it's just taking me time to get to it.
Yes,
And
sir.
I've been dealing with dope heads in their property since the hurricane.
Have a good night, sir. All right. All right. Item B, 114 St. Louis Street.
Sally Bro, you want my address where I live?
We're actually gonna have Miss Dion present first, and then I'll have you present after, okay? Miss Dion.
Okay, so this matter was also continued from the July 25th hearing, and we conducted an inspection October 16th, yes, and it continues to be in violation. So we're recommending that the residential and accessory structures are condemned.
Okay. Sally Bro, and you'd like my physical address? It's 147 Cajun Street, Gray, Louisiana, 70359. Since y'all have done the inspection, a lot has happened. The carport is completely, all that's removed, it's been mowed, and I think it was probably around that date, they was over there cutting the grass and tidying up in the back right there, the grass is all cut. All of the carport, which was the main problem on the house, which is dilapidated, that's completely gone. My brother has ordered siding for the house. We got our permit to start work on it. So we couldn't do any work to the house until we got the permit. And my brother's got it lined up, and they went out there and they took care of that. The yard's cleaned, all that structure. I have a picture on my phone if you'd like to see it, what's been done since then. And so we have the windows on the way. We have the siding for the exterior on the way.
Miss Dion, when were these pictures taken?
Oh, these were taken on the 16th.
Yeah, a lot's changed since then. It doesn't look like that at all. Like I said, the house itself is solid. The problem was the carport and some damage on the side of the house that you could see in that picture. We haven't pulled anything down yet because we're waiting on the siding. So
And
once-
Mr. Pulaski, she said they have a permit. Do you have a permit for 114 St. Louis Street?
I have it on my phone. Didn't bring a picture.
Yes, we do. September 16th.
I was in California on the 16th, so I didn't get it till a week later when I got back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Carl?
Yes, I did pass by the structure, and I've actually received phone calls, and as we're transitioning in in our districts and stuff like that, is just recently becoming within my jurisdiction, and I think at this moment, on the pretense of me not being familiar, but in respect to the people that made the phone call, because I've received other phone calls in reference.
Since the meeting? Yes.
In reference to the phone calls I have received.
Okay.
So, you know, ma'am, that's two sides of the story. Is
Yeah.
that what you have to do and what the protection is for the rest of the people. Now, I'm looking at one of the most important things here is that regardless of what the property structure looks like, we have two parts of this department that these people represent. It's the structure and tall grass. Now, the intent since, when is it, September she had, that the intent also, if you had that particular intent, it would also represent your intent by whether you cut in the grass. That's the biggest complaint
Well-
that I'm having.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
surprised it got.
Excuse me, let me say something, all
Right.
right? Okay, so now, with that being said, in respect to the other people, and then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna actually try our best to work toward this because I'm just getting this case and being familiar with it.
Okay.
You know, man. Now, for not only for this particular case and other cases, you know, man, as we come in here, this is under the pretense that we're just not gonna push these cans down the road. One thing that I feel in my heart right now, you up here, and then we had another case that came up before yours that actually applied earlier for your permit. It shows intent there. Now, the normal recommendation that we would actually go with is within 90 days, just like Mr. Michel actually said. But I'm gonna actually extend this for 90 days. At the end of 90 days, condemnation will take place. Extend for 90 days. Let him remain to be on the condemnation list, but to give him 90 days to come up to standards.
Okay.
That would be my motion. Yes, sir.
Doing the same thing as what this, which is you condemning.
Condemning it.
Motion is to condemn, would it extend, would it not tear down until 90 days?
90 days.
It's not brought up to code, it's getting it torn down.
Yes.
Correct. Is that your motion?
Motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Harding and a second by Mr. Michel. And Mr. Michel has light.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused because, the condemnations that we're doing this evening should be representative of our current district. The
Correct.
districts have not changed.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that's in your district or if it's in somebody else's district. Okay, well, then, I mean, because we are still elected to take care of the districts that are assigned right now. The other districts don't go into effect till the beginning of January.
Correct.
So, I'm bringing this up, not because I care about this one particular property, but because I don't want to be going through this all night.
Mhm.
We're representing the properties that are in our current districts. Okay, thank you.
Correct, so we have a motion to condemn, but give you 90 days to fix the property. And then, once again, you'll come back to the office and let them know, and then they'll bring it back to us and say, all right, we need to now remove the condemnation. It's something we do on a routine basis. So it just means that you gotta get to work.
Right.
So we have a motion and a second. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas. Motion passes. Thank you. Item C, 4448 Country Drive. Ms. Dion.
Okay, this matter was continued from our July 25th hearing. However, since that hearing, the structure's been demolished. So we're going to recommend that the file is closed.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Steve Trosclair and a second by Mr. Carl Harding. Ma'am, would you like to state your name and
No,
address?
okay, yes. My name is Sylvia Gray. I'm the owner of the property at 44 Country Drive. Anyway, I'm so nervous. I have pictures of the property, you already have it there. I have pictures of the property before and after, and receipt from Brandon Abear, and that's it.
Well, thank you so much, and we appreciate you guys taking care of this property. So we have a motion and a second. Members, vote your machine. Oh, Mr. Michel.
I just would like to let her know that when we say the file is closed, that means you're in the clear, everything's up to date, and you're good to go, okay? Assuming we vote that way, which we will, okay? Thank you.
Mr. Harding.
Yeah, and just for the record, Ms. Dion,
Yes.
when was this property first brought up to our attention?
To your attention in July of
In
this year,
July, and then
yes.
that's when it was actually formulated. So, you know, what I mean, kudos to you, man, for actually working with the government, and then and some people that are out there, that's whether they're here or they're out there in the public, we would actually, it's a much simpler process, and it makes it less difficult for us to make decisions on your pieces of property. But you have to work with the government in order for the government to work with you, and I appreciate you taking care of your business. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas. Motion passes. Item D, 438 Ann Carroll Street. Yes, ma'am.
This matter was continued from our July 25th, 2023 condemnation hearing. An inspection was conducted on October 17th, which indicated that the structure was still in a dilapidated condition. So it is our recommendation that it be condemned.
You can speak first, if you like.
Please state your name and address for the record, sir.
Howard Duplicant, 438 Ann Carroll Street. Howard, the name, I was on stage last night. I should know that. Howard Duplicant, 438 Ann Carroll Street. That's what my address. And what was the other question? Name, Howard Duplicant, 438 Ann Carroll. I mean,
And sir, what?
441 Jean Street. Yeah.
Yeah, what's your intent with this property, sir?
That ain't right. That's not what it looks like. That makes it look. I've been busting my butt. It's jacked up. It was dilapidated. It was on the ground. I jacked it up by myself, and it's straight. I'm waiting on skirting to come in, but I mean the door's closed. Nobody can get in there. It's unsafe, and it's not unsafe. Nobody can get in there and get hurt. It's not dilapidated. It's just you can go in there and live. I could live in there right now. Some people live in worse than that, but I mean I'm working on it. But I'm by myself. You know, I mean, I got it jacked up. It was on the ground. Try that. It took me 2 weeks to do that. I'm wore out. I lost 30 pounds. But I am getting on it. And I have a skirting to go on it board. And pressure wash. I was supposed to do that yesterday. But my daughter's got my pressure washer. So, yeah, I got to wait on that. You know. But, I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I don't know why the heck it doesn't look that bad. I mean,
All right.
you know, and who,
Sir, we have a comment from a council member, okay, sir?
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Mr. Michel.
Passed that 2 hours ago, and it looks that bad,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
Now, and you may very well have raised it up. How long is it gonna take you to get it back in working order?
It's a money thing. It's you know,
Okay,
yeah.
I don't
I
mean
can
it.
get it looking better than that tomorrow because I'm pressure washing it tomorrow,
Well,
and I'll have the skirting up within the next few days. On the bottom, you know,
can you have this up to the appropriate codes by the end of the year?
it's up to code now. You can live in it right now.
Okay, well, that's not the report that we're
I
getting
got
from
the
this
electricity
abatement.
poles back up. I put that back up too, but you know, that's all. You know, it's in. I don't see it up there, but it's in the
Okay,
back.
I'm gonna ask the question again. Can you get it up to code by the end of the year?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
make a motion that we condemn this property,
Yeah.
but give him 90 days to get it taken
Oh yeah.
care
Oh
of.
yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
We have a motion to condemn and give you 90 days to get it back up to code by Mr. Gerald Michel, a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yays, so once again, sir, it's gonna come back up in front of us in 90 days. No, it won't, I'm sorry. If you do the work, you bring them pictures and let them know what you did,
Okay, that's,
and then they'll bring it in front of us. If
Okay.
not, then it's gonna be condemned in 90 days, sir.
what about if I get sooner, can I bring y'all, do I have to wait 90 days?
If you get it done next week, bring it to them. Yeah, whenever you
Where do I
get,
bring it?
yeah,
Here?
yeah, bring it to their office, to Chris Pulaski's office. They'll give you the information to how to get to
Whose
their
office?
office. The Planning and Zoning Department, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
And by
sir.
the way, they did leave your card on my door too, so it's not, it must not be that.
All right.
Somebody left your card again. Not your card, so that's the parish
Thank you,
president.
sir. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Yeah,
All
have a
right,
good
thank you.
one.
Mr. Babin, you had the light?
Yes, I do. On the next item coming up, I'd like to request, because I failed to put something on here, I would like to request that we do an add-on. There's two structures on this particular piece of property. One is 6749, which is on there, and my fault, I failed to put 6751, and they both need to be addressed, and Ms. Dion and Ms. Camilla are quite familiar with it. So I'm making a motion to do an add-on.
We have a motion to make an add-on of 6751 Shrimpers Row by Mr. Babin, and a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, I'm sorry. I have to call for public. Public once, public twice, third time public.
Motion to close?
Motion to close by Mr. Sir, do you want to,
That's the gentleman that, on the piece of
do you,
property.
are you okay with us putting this back on the agenda?
Yes.
Okay, then, okay. Motion to close by Mr. Dirk Gidry.
Second.
Second by Mr. Danny Babin. Members, vote your machines. Now we're gonna vote to add this on the agenda, so, can we get a motion?
My motion is to add.
Add on. Okay, we have a motion to add it on by Mr. Babin and a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, vote your machines. 8 yays. Item E, 6749 and 6751 Shrimpers Row. Miss Dion.
Okay, for 6749 Shrimpers Row, this matter was continued from the July 25th hearing. And we inspected on the 16th, and it continues to be in violation. So we're going to recommend that this structure is condemned, but we're going to also recommend that we give them the 90 days to remove this structure.
And do you have any information on the other?
Yes, and the 6751, that one has already been condemned. And the 6751 is the one he actually wants to repair and to live in. So we're gonna leave it condemned, but just amend his deadline to have it completed. I forgot how much time we were. 90 days. Okay, 90 days to have him complete the repairs to the 6751 Shrimpers Row.
Okay. All right. Yes, sir. Please state your name and address.
I'm Leroy Verdun from 104 Verdun Street in Dulac. And yeah, that's what I was trying to do, try to overturn the one in the front. And then the one in the back, but by your side, I wanted to condemn. That's what.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Mr. Babin.
Yeah, I was out there with Mr. Verdun, his brother-in-law, or his brother and the brother's brother-in-law, and he's met with Dion and Camilla and the permitting department. So everything is being taken care of, and in actuality, the one that's in the back that we just condemned or gonna condemn, he's gonna use some things off of that to build the other one. Before Christmas, somebody's gonna be living in this home, so he's on the right track, so we wanna
Yes, sir.
definitely thank you, Mr. Verdun.
Yes, I
for what you're
appreciate
doing.
it.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Do you want to make a motion, Mr.
I'll
Babin?
make a motion that we concur with administration.
All right. We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Babin and a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, vote your machines.
And that's for 6751, correct?
For 6751, yes.
It's actually for both. She just did both because we did an add-on. Unless we have to take them separate, I don't have my
Those
mic
should be
on.
separate. The other one was
Okay.
not condemned in 90 days. If we don't tear it down 90
Good.
days, that's 6749. This one, I believe what you're saying, you're condemning 6751, but you're giving him 90 days to get it up to code.
Yeah, give me the light back. I mean, I thought
Yes,
that's
sir.
what-
Yes,
I
sir,
thought
sir.
that's what she said. All right, the two motions will be, I'm making
One
a
at a
motion,
time.
I'm making a motion to condemn 6749. And that has 90 days to it,
Okay,
okay?
so we have a motion to condemn 6749 by Mr. Babin, a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, vote your machines.
That's 90 days to bring it up to code.
Correct.
No.
Tear it down. We own the one that's being torn down now.
We have 8 yeas. Motion passes. Mr. Babin.
Another motion, the 6751, to continue the condemnation and give him 90 days to satisfy what he has to do.
So we have a motion by Mr. Babin and a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Mr. Carl Harding.
And it would be under the recommendation of what she's saying, because what I'm understanding, under her recommendation, so would that extend a little bit longer than what the motion is to give him more time? It wouldn't, so it'd be still be within the 90 days. Okay then.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. Members, vote your machines. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Verdin.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Item F, 7421 Shrimpers Row. Ms. Camilla.
This matter was continued from our July 25th, 2023 condemnation hearing. An inspection was conducted on October 16th and indicated that the structure still remains in a dilapidated condition. So it is our recommendation that the structure be condemned.
Yes, sir. Please state your name and address.
My name is Jesse Verde. I started to repair. I did a little bit repair the siding so far. And I have a couple of places on the north side that needs to be repaired. But I wanted to know why the reason that y'all had condemned my trailer. What's the main reason y'all had condemned my trailer? If it's because of the roof or the siding or the foundation that your photographer put on his report that it was a dangerous structure. And I don't know what y'all mean by that. What needs to be repaired? So, that it could be, my trailer could be all okay, everything would be okay. What I really need to do.
Ms. Dion.
Yes, and as he stated, he did repair one of the holes that was in the siding, so he does need to continue to replace any exterior materials that's been missing, and the portion of the added portion to the roof, that the covering over the roof is also in need of repair.
But that
And-
roof is just like a
Yes, and so because that is a part of the structure, so it definitely is in need of repair also. And I'm not certain, well, the stairs need to be repaired. I think the tree, did you remove the tree that had fallen on the back of the structure? If not, then you have to also remove that tree.
well,
And
Sir, let her finish.
and yeah, and remove the portion of the tree that has fallen on the structure also.
You can finish, sir.
well, as far as the tree, my nephew helped me yesterday, or day before yesterday. He came cut the part in the front of the trailer by the roadside. He cleared that up, and I still got the other tree on the north side. That the tree was on the other man's property. And for the hurricane, the tree fell on my trailer. So he's gonna help me clear that too when he have a chance. And get that taken care of.
All All right, sir,
But,
your
but,
councilman has something to say too.
Mr. Verdant.
Mr. Babin, let me turn your light on.
Mr. Verdant, how long has it been since somebody lived in this trailer?
well, it's been a long time,
By a long time,
but
couple of
since
months?
2000, since we had bought our other double Y in Ashland South, I mean, we moved from there, but
So you telling me this trailer's been vacant for 23 years?
yes. I mean,
I
I don't know what reason. I mean, it's still my trailer. Is that's not that I don't want it. I mean,
No, and I understand that, and I want to try to help. What is your intention with this trailer? Just
Well-
to fix it, to let it continue to sit there, to rent it, to do
well,
what?
I'm gonna try to repair it since y'all, want me to do this and that. So I'm gonna try to take care of that, and maybe one day I might be able to rent it, or it's gonna be an inheritance for my kids when I'm not there no more. It don't mean that I don't want it.
No, and I understand that, but you understand where the parish is coming from on this. It's a piece of property that has not been lived in for 23 years now. And according to the definition of the parish, it's in deplorable condition, all right? Now, we want to try to help each and every one of the people that are here, because we want these properties to be, we need rental property in this parish. We need property for people to live on, but again, this has been going on for a good while and not much has been done. I remember you saying at the last meeting about your neighbor, the tree falling on the property, and the neighbor was gonna help you to get it off. But nothing has been done in the 3 months now.
Well, I mean, he never did nothing to try to help
And I understand that, Mr. Vernon, but the problem is that his property's not up for a condemnation. Yours is, okay?
Well, if y'all would go look at his trailer,
That's
I would say different because they didn't go check his trailer right next to mine, and y'all should see how his trailer is.
Okay, Ms. Dion, right now, the recommendation is to condemn, and how many days does he have left on that?
So we're giving until November 30th. We're recommending until November 30th.
Now, if by November 30th, we have substantial changes in this, how do we go about that? I'm just asking the question out loud.
If by November 30th substantial changes are made, then we will not move forward with the demolition process.
All right, Mr. Verdant, what she's saying is, and what I will make a motion to do, that by November 30th, that gives you what, 35, 36 days?
Well, I mean,
Mr. Verdant, please hear me out, okay? I'm trying to help you here. We gotta have some substantial stuff done to this trail, which means you gotta have that tree off of there, all right? You have to do something with the stairs, and you have to do something with the covering over it, all right? And clean up the place. If at that time, by November 30th, if substantial stuff is done, then this process will stop. If not, then it's gonna go up for condemnation. It's gonna go up from tearing it down.
well, can't you give me more time than that? I mean,
When did
I
this
would-
go,
I
Dion,
mean,
when did this come on?
I mean,
It first
y'all
appeared
gave
before
some
you guys.
people.
Hold on.
So we first presented it to y'all in July of
July of this year.
Yes.
And nothing has been done since July of this year.
He just put 10 over one of the holes, so that's,
All
yeah.
right, so in 3 months' time, not much has been done, okay? What I'm telling you is, it's not difficult, I don't think, for you to show some major improvement on this by the next 35 to 40 days. When you do, it solves all of the problems. So in essence, I'm putting it on your back to do it, all right? It's your property. You want to pass it on to the next generation, and that's what I want you to do. But you got to help us out too, all right? You got to help us by doing something in the next 35 to 40 days to make this nice enough that we're willing to take it off for condemnation. You think you can do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best.
Okay.
And
That's all we can ask, okay?
And like the roof, it's not the whole
No,
roof that's messed up. It's
and-
just part, the edges that the plywood is rotten and it
And I
needs to be
understand that, so,
repaired.
so that ought to make it that much easier
Yeah,
for you to
well,
try to
that's-
do it, is what
yeah.
I'm trying to say,
But,
okay?
I mean, y'all know the past couple of months, it was so hot, the heat wave,
Correct.
you know? It was hard to work in that hot sun and I wouldn't,
I
no,
agree.
I mean,
Okay, well, I'm gonna, I'm gonna make a motion to extend to Mr. Verdun the opportunity to get this substantially done by November 30th when it comes up for condemnation.
I'm sorry. Clarity. So you're gonna condemn,
Still condemned, correct?
and he has until November 30th.
To come up with what
Substantial
you consider,
improvements.
your department considers a substantial change in the
Oh,
property.
Okay.
It has not been condemned?
No, no.
Oh, well, then wait a minute. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought it was already condemned.
Mm-mm, no.
Okay. Okay, so I want to retract that motion, please subtract it. So I'm gonna go along with recommendation of administration tonight to condemn this, which gives you an automatic 90 days to do this.
oh,
Okay.
because, yeah, that
My
sounds a lot
mistake,
better.
Mr. Verdun, I do apologize, okay? I thought it was condemned. We can't do that?
Well, you stated an automatic 90 days. It's, yeah.
We give,
Not
okay,
automatic.
I'm using the wrong term.
Okay.
It's normally a 90-day process, correct?
So, yeah, sometimes, but yeah. So, but you just want to condemn, but give him 90 days, is what
Okay,
you're
yeah,
saying,
that's,
right?
let's do it that way. I'm gonna take back the automatic word I used, and I'm gonna say, we're gonna condemn it and give, and you have 90 days to get it up to code.
Yeah,
Okay?
well, y'all gonna see a lot of
Sir,
improvement because.
Sir, we have a motion by Mr. Babin and a second by Mr. Michelle. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas. Motion passes, sir.
All right. All right.
Thank you, sir. Item G, 308 Richard Street. Richard, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Richard. Yeah. Ms. Camilla.
This matter was continued from the July 25th, 2023 condemnation hearing. An inspection conducted on October 16th indicated that the structure still continues to be in a dilapidated situation. So we recommend that the structure is condemned.
Yes, ma'am. Please state your name and address.
Elizabeth Gotro, 5007 Alsey Street in Homa. Since July, we have been out there weekly cutting grass. We've boarded up the structure as recommended at last meeting, boarded up windows. Every time we go, we still continue to have some people coming in there vandalizing, breaking windows that weren't requested, that were perfectly fine before we boarded up those windows as they become broken. I don't know what further recommendations you guys need from us to continue to improve the property.
Oh, what's your intention with the property? Because
We intend to sell it. The house does have a brand new roof on it. It had a recent air condition upgrade prior to Hurricane Ida.
so what's holding off you guys
We
selling
have to
it?
go through secession first. This was my dad's home. He passed away in October of last year. So we're trying to finalize all the property issues with it, do the secession, and try to sell it.
Now, I remember you guys telling us that last time. How much longer do you anticipate the secession to take?
I'm not sure. We're just starting that process now. So hopefully in the near future, I don't know exactly how long that process takes.
Okay, and I do remember this story and you guys coming, and we talked about keeping it boarded up and things
Yes,
like
ma'am,
that.
We've been out there weekly cutting grass, trying to tend to the backyard. I know the backyard still needs some maintenance, but we've got out there and cut down the trees that were back there, cleaned up a good bit of the yard back there as much as we could.
Okay, and Ms. Dion, based on your inspections, they've been able to keep the property neat? Please turn it on.
Okay, yeah. The front yard from our inspection has been maintained, it appears, but the backyard they haven't been able to, or they haven't maintained that as well as the front yard. And so, but I'd like to also state that, some reasons why we are before you all
or for just the reasons that she's stating. They're boarding up, but they're coming back and breaking other windows that aren't.
Mhm.
So vacant, blighted property will continue to be a menace to the communities because of that. So they're going to continue to go there and do those things. So, that's why we come here to make sure that they try and get these properties in inhabitable condition so that somebody can live there, and then they will no longer do those
Right, and
things.
that's our intention, to try to get it up to par and get it, sold once we get all the secessions completed.
Okay. All right. We do have a light, Mr. Michel.
It looks like the windows are broken in this picture. Are they broken, the front windows, Ms. Dion, do you know? Do you know?
There was one window right to the left side of the garage, that second window closer to the front door. There was one little single pane of glass that my husband and I went out there and we boarded that up. The garage has been boarded up. We've boarded up a back window which wasn't broken prior to maybe a month ago. Someone went in there and busted the window with a brick. We've boarded all that up since. Anything that's been broken, we've boarded up and tried to maintain the property.
And the inside of the house is gutted, but y'all have not started doing anything with that
Right,
yet.
no, sir, the house has been clipped. We have been in there. I was in there last week and swept everything up, all the debris that's on the floor. I've swept all that up.
And when was this first reported to us? Not to the council, but to y'all.
In 2022.
Okay. I mean, this is a blight on an otherwise very nice neighborhood, and the house has so much potential. There's just no good solution to this. And on this right-hand picture on the screen, is that boxing gone? Is that attic open to the weather?
Yeah, that's gone.
Okay.
I believe around the entirety.
Please turn on your light. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes, that is missing, and I believe it's around pretty much the entirety of the portion of the house.
Okay. Ms. Domingue, I would make a motion to condemn this and give them 90 days like we have everybody else, unless you want to do something differently because it is in your district. But that would be the motion I would make if it were me. Then that's the motion I will make. If you don't want anybody to second it, just say so.
So I have a question. And I appreciate you making that motion, Mr. Michel. If they're able to get a secession lawyer and they come back to us and say, all right, the secession is moving forward, could that be part of the case file as far as you guys coming back to us? Or are you saying no? Because I'm not that familiar with secessions. And so I can understand why it would be a little more complicated than some of our other situations because they want to sell it, but they're going through a secession. Mr. Abear.
Succession is no reason not to condemn. That house could be handled if there's a succession. The succession attorney could handle it through the succession and get that house fixed up. That is not a reason not to condemn it. We don't want to go on record. The main purpose is to give adequate notice to the owners, or at least the people that have it, and they have to take care of the property. I mean, successions sometimes go on forever. And so that if you go down that road, you'll never condemn.
Right.
So, I mean, the house is, that's not a reason why. They can still fix that house up with that succession ongoing.
Thank you, Mr. Abear. Do you have a potential buyer for this home?
Yes, we have somebody in the family that would like to purchase
It- So what we're going to do today is we're going to condemn this and give you 90 days. But we have a motion by Mr. Michel, and we have a second thank you by Mr. Babin. We're going to condemn it and give you 90 days. That gives you some time to figure out the secession and figure out the sale. And if that happens, you guys can go ahead and move on with this.
Right.
And then the new owner will be responsible for this property, and they have to come back in front of us and say what's their intention for it. But at least it gets it off of your hands. I just think it's time that you guys move on from this
Right,
home,
yeah, 'cause we were
because it's your intention. So we do have a motion and we have a second. Members, vote your machines. Yeah, we're condemning with 90 days to bring it up to code. Yes. So we have a motion and a second. We have a motion by Mr. Michel and a second by Mr. Babin. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas. Motion passes.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. Item H, 801 Oak Street. Ms. Camilla.
The initial complaint was received on August 30th, 2022, I'm sorry. An inspection was conducted on August 31st, 2020, which indicated that the structure was in a dilapidated condition. We have issued notices. An inspection was conducted on October 17th, 2023, which indicated that the structure is still in violation. So it is our recommendation that the structure is condemned.
Motion to condemn.
Thank you, and I do want to have something to add to this, because I did speak to the owner of this property. His intent is to fix this building up, so I would like to do what we've done with everyone else, is condemn and give 90 days, so that he can work on whatever it is that he's gonna work on in this building, just so that we can keep everything even with everyone else.
I'll amend the motion to condemn and give them 90 days.
Okay, we have a motion to condemn, and give 90 days by Mr. Michel. And a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines.
Motion needs to be on the record clear, condemn and bring up the code within 90 days, or it's gonna be torn down.
Condemn and bring up to code within 90 days, or it's gonna be torn down by Mr. Michel, and a second by Mr. Amity. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas, motion passes. Item I, 1192 Highway 55. Ms. Camilla.
The initial complaint was received on December 21st, 2020. An inspection was conducted on January 6th, 2021, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous, dilapidated condition. Notices were issued. An inspection was conducted on October 16th, which indicated that the structure still continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Mr. Trosclair.
Is anybody here for that property? Motion to condemn.
We have a motion by Mr. Trosclair and a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, vote your machines. Eight yeas, this property is condemned. Item J, 7217 Park Avenue. Ms. Camilla.
The initial complaint was received on January 26, 2023. An inspection was conducted on February 14th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in fact to be in a dangerous, dilapidated condition. Notices were issued. An inspection conducted on October 16th, 2023 indicated that the structure continues to be in violation, so it is our recommendation that the structure is condemned.
Motion to condemn.
Sir, can you please state your name and address?
Ray Schlottecker, 7217 Park Avenue.
Is this your property, sir?
Yes.
All right, and what is your intent with this property?
Yep, SCHLAUDECKER. Now, since these photos, most of that has been taken care of. It's been maintained. There's one part of the back roof that still needs to be repaired, which I will repair. But we're gearing up for our season, so we're gonna have people there every day, but these must be old pictures because most of that's all taken care of.
Ms. Camilla, when did our inspectors go out and take these pictures?
The inspection was conducted on October 16th,
So
2023.
just a few days ago.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Aber, do you have your light on? No. All right, Mr. Michel.
Are y'all operating a business out of the left side of that?
The left side, yes, sir.
Okay, and is this for the whole building or just for that right side?
It's just that right side, yes.
Okay, because that's been like that forever.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to condemn if it's just that side, and give them 90 days like we've done everybody else.
We have a motion to condemn and give 90 days by Mr. Gerald Michel and bring up to code. Motion by Mr. Michel, and a second. And a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas. Motion passes. Yes, sir. Mr. Michel.
Okay, just for clarification, we do this all the time, but just for clarification, that property has been condemned. And the only way to stop it from being torn down is two things. So you can either tear it down yourself or you can bring it up to code within 90 days.
Within 90 days, yes, sir.
Okay?
And is there a list of things that I need in order to know what you guys would like me
Call
to?
the nuisance abatement department
Okay.
tomorrow, and if you're not sure of the number, they'll give you a number, but call that department tomorrow and get some direction from them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mr. Babin.
One thing he's gonna have to do to bring it up, he's gotta get a permit. Correct? So when you go to apply for a permit, they're gonna tell you exactly what you have to do. All right?
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a nice day. Item K, 623 B Hobson Street. Ms. Camilla.
The initial complaint was received on November 3rd, 2020. An inspection was conducted on November 10th, 2020, which indicated that the structure was in a dilapidated and dangerous condition. Notices were issued. An inspection was conducted on October 19th, which indicated that October 19th, 2023, which indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the structure be condemned.
Mr. McGee.
Good evening. Yes, I'm appointed on this one. I advertised, we received a publication back. It was advertised, no response.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Carl Harding, and a second by Mr. Steve Trosclair. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas. Property is condemned. Item L, 612 Roosevelt Street. Ms. Brown?
The initial complaint was received on March 31st, 2023. An inspection was conducted on March 31st, 2023, which indicated the structure to be in a dilapidated, dangerous condition. Notices were issued. An inspection was conducted on October 17th, 2023, which indicated that the structure still continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that we condemn.
Mr. McGee?
Yes, again, I was appointed on this one. We properly advertised with no response.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Carl Harding, and a second by Mr. Steve Trosclair. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas. Motion passes. Item M, 1693 Highway 55. Ms. Dion.
So the initial complaint was received in November 1st of 2022. The initial inspection was in November of 2022. We issued notice. Our last inspection was October 16th of 2023. It remains in violation. But I have been in contact, I believe, Mr. Schwab is here representing the property. But the owners do intend to demolish the structure. I believe he said hopefully by this weekend, so, but we're recommending that is condemned and give them the 30 days until November 30th to complete.
Okay. Sir, if you could state your name and address.
My name is Gregory Schwab. I'm an attorney representing Schrader's 5 Inc. And Ms. Dion is correct. The owner of the company lives in Boulder, Colorado. I got actually the mail that was delivered was mailed to an old address on School Street. The resident there was related to the person who owns Schrader 5, and so got it to me probably 2 weeks ago, a week and a half. I contacted the client, and she immediately responded, and we jumped into gear and got somebody to tear it down. So.
So we have a motion to condemn and give 30 days to demolish by Mr. Steve Trusk. For the property owner to demolish. Correct. Motion by Mr. Trosclair, second by Mr. Carl Harding. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas. Motion passes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Item N, 211 Sunny Acres Street. Ms. Camilla.
An initial complaint was received on August 15th, 2022. The initial inspection conducted was on September 2nd, 2022, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous, dilapidated condition. Notices were issued. An inspection was conducted on October 16th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was still in violation. It is our recommendation that the structure be condemned.
Sir, can you please state your name and address?
Good evening. My name is Michael Barfield, 284 Sanders Street, LaRose, Louisiana. I'm here trying to represent my stepson for this home.
And what is his intent with this home?
It's gonna be to fix it up, to live in. What we're doing, we was able to cut the grass. You can see the grass is cut. I have some pictures and stuff. Like the notice, we just received the notice. So we live in LaRose. So we're trying to get as much done as absolutely possible.
Mr. Guidry?
You'll just receive this?
We did.
Yeah.
This is the first thing that we have, that we, stepdaughter signed for this.
Uh-huh.
So we're just trying to show intent that we're trying to fix the home.
And if I understand, this home's in secession right now? They're trying to do
Yes.
secession on this?
He's incarcerated, so we're trying to do us get his, as soon as he gets out, it's supposed to be out around the beginning of December. So when we get this done, we'll be able to start getting a permit, because you can see on this side, it's a little rotten right under the carport area. But we're trying to get all this, we have to have a permit before we can go in and start actually getting stuff done with contractors and stuff.
And you're gonna try to get this house fixed up?
Yes.
I'm gonna make a motion to condemn and hold it for 90 days for commendation. So we'll give you 90 days to get it taken care of. And you'll need, when y'all start working on it, you need to get a permit from Mr. Pulaski.
Right, that's our biggest holdup right now. We can't get a permit in his name because we just talked to the office today.
What can he do about that, Chris? Oh, Jules, what can he do? Probably to get a permit if the home's not in their name yet.
Chris, if the home is not in his name, would y'all allow somebody else to get the permit?
So in the permit application process, one of the things that they're doing is they're attesting that they either are the owner or have the permission of the owners of the structure. Contractors don't own the homes either, but they get permits every day.
But all
So
he's
it's
gotta
just-
do is write an affidavit that, yeah.
Yeah, we just need something in writing from the owner
Okay.
is best way to
Okay.
handle it.
Yeah, that's the motion, that's to condemn and give you 90 days.
Sounds good.
Condemn, I'm sorry. We're gonna condemn and give it 90 days to give it up to code, correct? Yeah. All right, so we have a motion by Mr. Dirk Guidry, second by Mr. Danny Babin. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas, motion passes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all very much for your time.
Item O, 278 Garnet Street.
Do y'all want to see the?
No, sir.
No, we're good.
Yeah. You can go.
The initial complaint was received on April 18th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on April 20th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. We issued notices. An inspection was conducted on October 16th, 2023, which indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Thank you. Can you please state your name and address? You might have to bring the mic down a little bit.
Hi, my name is Heidi Trahan. My address is 2482 Highway 1, Raceland. And I inherited this property from my dad. I didn't get any notices until 9/11 about any of this because my information was not in Terrebonne Parish courthouse from the secession. The lawyer filed it in Lafourche Parish, and I didn't even know that.
Okay. What's your intent with this property?
My intent is to demolish it.
Okay. All right. So, like everyone else tonight, we're gonna go ahead and condemn it and give you 90 days.
Thank you.
For you to go ahead. You want to do 30 days? Okay. So condemn, and you have 30 days to tear it down.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry. You, Miss Camilla.
I actually spoke with this lady, Miss Trahan, And I had advised her that I would grant her 60 days.
Okay, all right.
I just failed to mention that when I read it.
Okay,
So
so,
to condemn and give her 60 days to have it torn down before the parish does.
all right, so we have a motion to condemn and give you 60 days to tear it down by Mr. Gerald Michel, and a second by Mr. Carl Harding. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas, motion passes. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Item P, 4817 West Main Street. Ms. Camilla.
The initial complaint was received on April 12th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on April 12th, 2023, which indicated that the structure and the accessory structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices were issued. An inspection was conducted on October 17th, 2023, which indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the structure be condemned.
Mr. McGee.
Yes, members, I properly advertised. However, I wanted to give y'all a caveat. The Houma Courier changed their third party they use for the invoicing. So I did not receive an affidavit publication of service, but I did go back online and verify that it was advertised. So once it's a bunch of them. I only got 5 back from the actual courier itself, or from their third party vendor now. So there'll be a bunch of them. I'll tell you this. Once I get those, I will supplement the record, but I can verify that it was actually advertised. If that makes sense. I just don't want anybody to later see it, come back with the affidavit after the fact and wonder why.
All right, I make a motion to concur with administration.
Second.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. John Amity, a second by Mr. Gerald Michel. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas, motion passes. Item Q, 3796 Highway 24. Ms. Camilla.
The initial complaint was received on November 3rd, 2022. An inspection was conducted on November 4th, 2022, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. We issued notices. An inspection was conducted on October 17th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was still in violation. It is our recommendation that the structure be condemned.
Mr. McGee.
Again, I advertised and I verified on the actual courier's website, not from affidavit publication. No response.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Steve Trosclair, a second by Mr. Carl Harding. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas, motion passes. Item R, 111 Blair Drive. Ms. Camilla.
The initial complaint was received on April 19th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on April 27th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 16th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was still in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Again, I advertised and I verified online with legal notices, and I received no response.
Motion to agree with, concur with administration.
We have a motion to concur by Mr. Danny Babin and a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas, motion passes. Item S, 211 Sterling Drive. Ms. Camilla.
The initial complaint was received on July 21st, 2022. An inspection was conducted on August 8th, 2022, which indicated that the structure and the accessory structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 16th, 2023, indicated that the structure was still in violation. It is our recommendation that the residential mobile home and the accessory structure be condemned.
I advertised, verified online with the courier's legal notices, received no response.
We have someone here,
Oh,
actually.
good.
Yes. Sir, please state your name and address for the record.
Gerald Billiat, 211 Sterling Drive.
Is this your property, sir?
Yes. Yeah, we in process of getting a mobile home out of Hammond. They doing the paperwork and just gotta wait up for the working on the columns right now to get it done. And but the company where I'm getting the trailer from, they're supposed to demolishing it.
Are you living in this structure right now,
Oh
sir?
no,
Okay.
it's condemned. No, I got the power off and everything, so there's not. It's no one's living in there.
So the mobile home company that you're purchasing the mobile home from is going to tear down
Yeah,
this existing
yeah,
structure.
they're gonna tear it down and put a new one up.
Okay. Mr. Babin?
How long are we talking about that this mobile home that's coming in from, you said from Hammond, and they're gonna demolish it? Like, they give you some type of timetable?
No, actually, I talked to them. They're in the process of. They have the. They're working through IDA to get for the permit. I mean, for the yeah, to get the pile. Once they get that okay, then they can start. They can start coming down here and demolish. But he still didn't give me no date or what. But
I'm gonna need to ask either Jules or Chris, or whomever can answer this question. This came up at the last one about IDA, the IDA, process that's going on. Do we have any idea about this IDA process? Maybe, no, I understand that.
Yeah, so LA Restore, it's probably with LA Restore, and obviously, we can't ever get any, they won't provide us with information of a list of locations that they have.
So from our standpoint, this could be a year or 2 years. We don't know,
We
and that's
don't
what
know
I'm
how
trying
long,
to
but
elicit
yeah.
here, okay?
Let me tell you, the legal concern, especially with the heat and the dry, is fire hazards.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that needs to come down.
This is difficult because I understand where you're trying to come from on this. Our recommendation right now is to condemn it, which should be torn down within 30 days, correct?
Yes. I don't know. But yes, I'm sorry, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so that is our recommendation right now.
Yes, yes.
Mr. Billiard, do you think, and again, they're probably at the mercy of FEMA as well on this particular thing. You understand our dilemma here? I mean, we're concerned about fire hazards right
Yeah.
now. And this looks like it could be a fire hazard. Is there any possibility that you can get this torn down within the next 30 days?
well, I can.
And again, let me
Oh,
let me
go ahead.
back
I'm
up
sorry.
1
Go
second.
ahead.
Is your contract with this company broken down into their cost to demolish it and the cost of a new trailer coming in? If it is, that money that you were gonna pay them, you use that money to demolish it. It's the same amount of money. You see where I'm going with this? I'm trying to give you another out, all right? Because if I make a motion to go along with the recommendation, by November 30th, this has to be gone, or the parish is gonna go in and tear it down, and it's gonna cost you more money. So you see where I'm trying to go with this? And that's the recommendation I'm gonna have to make to do it. But I would recommend to you to get on the phone with them tomorrow to make sure. And that way you're expending hopefully the same amount of money here as you are there. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, but then I'll make that recommendation to condemn and give it 30 days till November the 30th.
Yeah.
Sir, Mr.
hold on.
Aber, let me turn on your light.
Another thing I noticed on it is some vehicles, do those vehicles work or those vehicles do not work?
Oh yeah, they work. Yeah, they do work.
So
All right. So we have a motion by Mr. Babin and a second by Mr. Michelle. We do have another light, Mr. Harding.
Mr. Babin, Mr. Billiard is speaking in reference to something that he has with Louisiana LA Restore, right? Yeah, you don't have any paperwork that's he don't have any paperwork that's on his possession that's saying any information about that?
By Ms. Dion's words and everyone else up here, they will not give us information on who's even on the list to have things torn down.
But-
So there's no way that this man could have any kind of paperwork because they won't give them to us. They're not gonna give it to him either, okay? And again, we want to help this gentleman out just like we want to help everybody out here. But with FEMA, it's been over 2 years and we waiting on money from FEMA from this parish, okay? And so is the school board and so is everybody else. So we can't make an exception for one is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think, you know, man, I'm under the assumption you should have something from those folks.
Oh, I got paperwork in my truck. I didn't bring, 'cause I didn't know if I need to.
No, I believe the gentleman and so does everybody else here that he has applied for that particular thing and has some paperwork saying that paperwork does not give him any kind of conclusion on when a date is gonna happen for him to get it torn down. So I go along with the motion and the second that we have.
We have a motion and a second. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas, motion passes. So do you
Alright.
understand, sir, that we're giving you the time to tear it down yourself?
Yeah, that's gonna be, I'm gonna call them over tomorrow and, throw that at them, see what they do.
Okay, have a good day, sir.
All right,
Thank you.
y'all.
All right. Item T, 167A New Orleans Boulevard. Either one of you guys, or both your lights on.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
The initial,
Go ahead, go ahead.
The initial complaint was received on April 26, 2023. An inspection was conducted on April 27, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 19, 2023, which indicated the structure continues to be in violation. As of today, October 24th, that structure is now torn down. So we recommend that this file be closed.
We have a motion to close this file by Mr. Michel and a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines.
Yes.
8 yeas. It's always nice when it happens like that. Item U, 506 Oak Street. Ms. Camilla.
The initial complaint was received on October 28, 2022. An inspection was conducted on October 28, 2022, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 17, 2023, which indicated this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Mr. McGee.
Yes, it was properly advertised for. It's one of the ones that did not get an affidavit back from the courier, but I verified online through the legal notice section that they did actually run the advertisement, and I did not receive a response.
Thank you. So we have a motion to condemn by Mr. Michel. Second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas, motion passes. Item V, 303 Sterling Drive. You guys are both on.
Oh,
Yeah.
the initial complaint was received on December 5th, 2022. An inspection was conducted on December 21st, 2022, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 16th, 2023, which indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Mr. McGee.
Properly advertised, verified by reviewing the legal notice section, no response.
Motion to condemn, to concur with administration.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Danny Babin, and a second by Mr. Gerald Michel. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas, motion passes. Item W, 4451 Highway 56.
The initial complaint was received on January 25th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on February 24th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 17th, 2023, which indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Mr. McGee.
Yes, this was probably advertised. However, I did receive a response so that there is evidence that people do read the newspaper occasionally. Mr. Timothy Piku, the son of Peggy and Albert, called me that he received the notice via the newspaper. He said they were in the process of tearing down. He requested 30 to 60 days to finish the process.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, I've been passing, I've been noticing that they've been tearing it down pretty slow, but I'll make a motion to extend it for 60 days. Condemn for 60 days.
Okay.
So we have a motion to condemn this property and give 60 days by Mr. Dirk Gidry and a second by Mr. Danny Babin. Members, vote your machines.
60 days to the property owner to tear down our parish.
Yeah.
Correct, yes. 8 yeas, motion passes. Item X, 240 Peachtree Street.
The initial complaint was received on April 14th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on April 27th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 17th indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the structure be condemned.
Mr. McGee.
Advertised, verified by looking at the legal section on the Courier with no response.
We have a motion to concur by Mr. Steve Trosclair and a second by Mr. Carl Harding. Members, vote your machines. Mr. Carl Harding, you have a light?
I see when we publicize things like that, and I just want to say that we are actually taking care of some things that perhaps that, maybe a result of the hurricane, and just put it out there while we're here to add on to the problem that we have throughout Terrebonne Parish, that some of these people may be gone. And then, that's a condition that we have to deal with, and it's unfortunate. I just want to put that out there. Where are they at? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. We have a motion and a second, and we've already voted, and motion passes. Item Y, 2836 Savan Road.
The initial complaint was received on March 14th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on March 15th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 16th, 2023, which indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned. And just to add, the pictures does not do this structure justice. Our inspector really can't even get close enough to this structure without being attacked by termites. So the structure is in pretty bad condition.
Mr. McGee.
Advertised and actually got an affidavit of publication back on this one, so no response.
Mr. Harding, do you have a? Okay, all right. So we have a motion to concur with the administration by Mr. Dirk Gidry and a second by Mr. Gerald Michel. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas, this is condemned. Item Z, 440 Ann Carroll Street.
The initial complaint was received on February 18th, 2022. An inspection was conducted on June 6, 2022, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 17th, 2023, which indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Mr. McGee.
This was advertised and verified by reviewing the legal notice section of the Home Courier online. No response.
Motion to concur.
Motion to concur by Mr. Gerald Michel and a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas, motion passes. Item AA, 217 Jean Ellen Avenue.
The initial complaint was received on May 23rd, 2023. An inspection was conducted on May 23rd, 2023. That indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 18th, 2023, which indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Advertised, verified by review, and legal, legal notice section online with no response.
Motion to concur with administration.
Motion to concur with administration by Mr. Dirk Gidry, second by Mr. Danny Babin. Members, vote your machines. This property is condemned. Item BB, 112 Odemont Street.
The initial complaint was received on May 16th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on May 16th, 2023, which indicated this structure to be in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 19th, 2023 indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Is it properly advertised, verified by reviewing Home Courier online with no response?
Motion concur.
Mr. Steve Trusclair, do you have a light? Okay. We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Pledger and a second by Mr. Carl Harding. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas. Mr. Steve Trusclair?
Yes. Dion, question I'm looking at these pictures and they actually have an automobile in the thing. If we go in there and clean it out, is that automobile gonna be removed or it stays there?
Yeah, it'll be removed, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Item CC, 135 Square Wolf Lane.
The initial complaint was received on March 7th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on March 7th, 2023, which indicated that this structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 16th, 2023 indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Sir, please state your name and address.
Joseph Hayes, 110 Vega Court.
Okay. Is this your property, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm in the process of demolishing it. I have a permit and everything, miss.
Okay. So we're going to do the same thing that we've done with everyone else today, and we're going to go ahead and give you 30 days to demolish this property, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, he was, yes. Tanner was.
To demolish it on their dime, otherwise the parish will come in and do it.
We have a motion by Mr. Michel. Second by Mr. Carl Harding. Mr. Carl. Okay, I'm sorry. A second by Mr. John Amity. Carl, do you have a light?
Yeah, I would like to ask the gentleman a question. It's gonna take 30 days. You got 30 days. You can do this.
Yeah, yes, sir, I could do it. Like I'm with the LA Restore program too, but I already had some people in process of doing it, so I could just let them do it and see what it do.
Okay, then. So the 30 days. The 30 days is enough then. Yeah. He had. I think he talked to someone and had the permit for a couple of months.
Yeah. Like I had to like December 20th, I think. Like.
Okay then.
Okay. All right. Mr. Aber.
Yes, there was an ad hoc appointed on him, Mr. McGee.
Yes.
Since this gentleman has showed up, Mr. McGee needs to be relieved. And would you give your phone number and your address, all your information to Ms. Dion so she can, if she's got to get in touch with you, please.
Yes.
Mr. Babin.
Yeah, we said, the motion said that we go along with the administration and give him 30 days or till November the 30th. But you just said something about your permit said December?
Yeah, like December.
So my point is that we have to go to the permit, not to November the 30th. If he in fact has a permit that says no?
No,
Okay.
we don't have to go by the permit. We can
Okay,
give
I
whatever
just want to make
deadline.
sure. That's the first, I'm
Sure.
hearing this for the first time. I've never heard that before, that you had an extension past the 30 days. No problem.
So we have a motion and a second. Members, vote your machines.
Update your permit.
8 yeas. And thank you guys for getting this cleaned up. Item DD, 1024 Wood Street.
The initial complaint was received on March 28th, 2022. The initial inspection was conducted on June 10th, 2022, which indicated that these structures were in fact to be in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 19th, 2023 indicated that these structures continue to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the residential and accessory structure be condemned.
Sir, please state your name and address.
Yes, Buddy Howell Burton, 1024 Wood Street. Howell, Howell. It's a hyphenated name. Howell.
Burton?
Yes,
Okay. And sir, is this your property?
yes.
And what is
Family-
your
family's
intent?
property.
And what's your intention with this property?
We intended to repair the roof at first. It was one of these repair permits that were issued at no charge because of the hurricane. When we got into it, we realized repairing is not the way to go. So we contacted Neil White, who's in the neighborhood. He's a contractor from what I understand. And they're going to take the entire roof off and reconstruct the roof in order to save the residents, and then it'll be rented for affordable housing. Not low-income housing, but for affordable housing.
And do you have a time frame on this?
Well, he supposedly, he said that he contacted someone in the nuisance or planning department, and he got a APP number. Is an APP,
Mr. Pulaski's gonna check.
I can give you the actual APP number. And supposedly he was going to contact someone in the planning department or the nuisance abatement department to before this meeting. I don't know if he did or did not. But let me get you the number. The APP number that he mentioned was 24003. So something about online, I'm not, but regardless, when we get into the reconstructing the roof, if it can't come up to everybody's expectations, we will tear the house down.
Mr. Trostler?
Yes, Chris, what's an APP now? First I hear that.
So the way the permit system works, when someone applies online, they're first issued a number. It's APP for short for application,
I
and a
didn't know that.
5-digit number. And then once the permit clerks open up that app number, go through, make sure all the information's present, then it gets converted into the permit numbers you're all used to seeing, the 2023 dash yada yada.
Thanks a lot.
One other quick question to that too. Along the way, I've been having someone from Terrebonne Parish to go in and keep the grass cut. And he wasn't able to get into the backyard with his lawnmower, so I had somebody else go in to do it. We will keep that up while all this is going on until it is resolved.
Right, and yes, Mr. Howell, we do need affordable housing. We've all discussed that. But we also need to remove these dilapidated properties
I
at the
understand
same
that.
time.
Yep.
And this is actually, is this in District 5? Yes, this is in District 5. And so, what I would like to see happen is that we will do like everyone else has done tonight. We'll condemn it,
Mhm.
but we'll give you the 90 days. And so now that you have the permit, get your contractor to get started. And then once you guys have that process started, go ahead and come back to the office and say, all right, this is where we are.
The person that we're talking about, if it's not going to be Mr. White, it's going to be another contractor who's saving some of our properties on Good Street near the cemetery.
Mhm.
And he's living for much more rent than, and he's talked about coming in and he'll do it, get all the permits, and then we'll run into him.
Well, good. Well, that should hopefully make him hurry up a little bit more.
I think so.
We have a couple more lights up here, sir. So just bear with me. Mr. Brian Pledger.
I just want, for the record, make sure I understood you right, or maybe I misunderstood. you said you've been working with folks from Terrebonne Parish keeping the grass cut?
People who live in, yes, Mr. Napoleon White.
I don't think he meant parish employees.
Oh, no, not, I'm sorry. No, not parish employees, somebody who's living in Terrebonne Parish.
Mr. Babin?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I understand it as well. You talked about Mr. Wyatt, Mr. Neil Wyatt as a contractor, then you talked about there's possibly somebody else.
Mhm.
The more you vacillate back and forth between two different contractors,
Oh, no.
you're eating up time on these 90 days.
I
is
understand
what I'm
that.
trying to tell you,
I
because-
understand that, and it won't be vacillating. It'll,
Because, I mean, the motion tonight is to condemn this, and you got 90 days to bring it up to code, otherwise it's being torn down.
And-
So, again, the more contractors you find,
No.
the more time it takes off of your 90 days.
the only reason I went to the second person that's redoing some of the older houses along Good Street
Right.
was to ask him if this could be done in an appropriate manner.
I got
And
you.
and he said yes. So when we got to talking, I said, well, I need someone to, I'd like to have someone to live in it in affordable rents. And he was more than, it caught his ear. Now, Neil lives in our neighborhood. He saved 3 houses that were condemned by some type of problem. I'd like to also note, if you don't mind, for some reason, I spoke to Miss Camila Brown about this. All of a sudden, the mail stops. I spoke to the post office. They said they're delivering the mail. They actually talked to the carrier. He's delivering mail. Somebody is taking the mail. So if there were other notifications sent, and from what I understand, there may not have been, besides the one we just received. But when they're delivering the mail, they're not even taking the return receipt off the back of the mail. But I told them I'd come because I did receive it, But for 2 months, going on 3 months, that mail is going somewhere. Somebody's taking it.
Well, I would encourage you to get a locked mailbox if that's the problem, sir. But we're gonna go ahead and,
Okay. And the other,
do we have a motion? Did you make the motion, Mr. Babin?
No, I didn't. I'll make the motion that this is condemned
Mhm.
and that it has 90 days to be brought
fine,
up to code.
it'll be taken care of. And if not, we will tear it down.
We have a motion by Mr. Babin and a second by Mr. Michelle. Members, vote your machines.
I live a block and a half away from.
What's your address?
1020. I get my mail at 1024 Wood Street.
At 1024.
Yes, sir.
I will report to the post.
We have 8 yeas. I never got the, yeah. 8 yeas. Motion passes. Item EE,
Thank you.
8674 Main Street.
The initial complaint.
Give me 1 second. Let's turn your light back on. There you go.
Sorry. The initial complaint was received on January 13th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on January 19th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 17th, 2023, indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the residential accessory structure be condemned.
Do we have anyone here for this property? No?
Motion to concur with administration.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. John Amity, a second by Mr. Carl Harding. Members, vote your machines. Eight yeas, this property is condemned. Item F, 509 Highway 20.
The initial complaint was received on February 17th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on February 8th, 2023, which indicated that this structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices were issued. An inspection conducted on October 20th, 2023, indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this residential mobile home be condemned.
Sir, and Mr. Aber, if you guys need to go out,
8670.
you can
You
continue.
want me to start over?
No, ma'am, we good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So your motion, your recommendation is?
Our recommendation is to condemn.
Okay, all right.
Motion to concur.
We have a motion by Mr. John Amity to condemn and a second by Mr. Carl Harding. Members, vote your machines. 8 yeas, motion passes. Item GG, 43 34, Highway 56. Ms. Dion.
Yes. So we received this location in January of 2023. We conducted inspection and issued notices. Our last inspection was October 19th, 2023. So we're going to recommend that the residential and accessory structure is condemned, but we're going to give them, I think, 90 days. I spoke with actually spoke with Hughes. He's kind of helping them through the process, and so they're gonna sell, and the new owner does plan to demolish both structures.
Okay, my motion to concur with administration.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Dirk Gidry and a second by Mr. Danny Babin. Members vote your machines. 8 yeas, motion passes. Yeah.
No, you were talking.
No, yeah, we did it. All right. Item II, 1146 Highway 55.
Wait, now you skip.
I'm sorry. Now I skipped. I'm sorry. Item HH, 291 Grand Caillou Road. Don't do that to me, Jules.
The initial complaint was received on June 26, 2023. An inspection was conducted on June 26, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 17th, 2023, indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the residential structure be condemned.
Concur with administration.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Brian Pledger, a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members vote your machines. Seven yeas, motion passes. Item II, 1146 Highway 55.
The initial complaint was received on August 8th, 2022. An inspection conducted on October 16th, 2023, indicated that the structure has been demolished. So it is our recommendation that this file be closed.
Mr. Dirk Gidry.
On this photograph, all the lumber and all that was tore off this building has been pushed to the road.
No, they getting that hauled off.
They're getting it hauled off? Okay, Steve, because I know I've seen a lot of people starting to tear them down and move them to the road, and I know that the parish is no longer picking them up. So, all righty.
So we have a motion to close the file by Mr. Steve Trosclair and a second by Mr. Carl Harding. Members vote your machines. 8 yeas. Item JJ, 1743 Highway 55.
The initial complaint was received on November 1st, 2022. An inspection was conducted on November 2nd, 2022, which indicated this structure to be in fact in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 16th, 2023, indicated that the structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this residential structure be condemned.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Steve Trosclair and a second by Mr. Carl Harding. Members vote your machines. 8 yeas, this structure is condemned. Item KK, 1106 Good Street.
The initial complaint was received on April 27th, 2022. An inspection was conducted on June 17th, 2022, which indicated that this structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices were issued. An inspection conducted on October 16th, 2023, indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this residential structure be condemned.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Brian Pledger and a second by Mr. Carl Harding. You have a light on this one?
1743.
Yes,
We
yes,
did.
yes. So we have a motion by Mr. Pledger and a second by Mr. Babin. Members vote your machines.
How many days? November 30th.
Eight yeas, motion passes. Item LL 210 St. Paul Street.
The initial complaint was received on May 10th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on May 11th, 2023, which indicated that this structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 16th indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Please state your name and address.
My name is Tabitha Mathern. I'm speaking on behalf of Landon Latham's Home LLC. I live at 212 St. Paul Street, the house right next to it. Currently, that's all my stuff in the back. But Mr. Landon said that he would need like 60 days to repair the roof and to straighten up all the property in the front and in the back of the house. He cut down the trees in the back, on the back of side of his side of the property. There's trees on the opposite side, like opposite side of the fence, that he's not able to touch because it belongs to someone else who's like behind the house on this side. But he said, go ahead. He said he just needs 60 days to fix the roof and the rest of the house, as in the windows and the walls. And he wanted to know what else he would need to do to bring it up to code.
Okay, we have several lights. Mr. Michaud.
Okay, first of all, he needs to go get a permit to do what he's got to do, and when he gets the permit, they'll give him instructions on what all needs to be done to get it back to code. Okay, and as far as the tree is concerned, contact an attorney or something to find out what your responsibilities are. Okay, just because a tree fell from somebody else's yard doesn't necessarily mean it's not your responsibility, does it?
I know he cut down like on his side, like all the stuff that was like leaning over the fence on his area, but they had another house that was condemned on the other side of the fence,
Okay.
which they got to get the rest of that done.
Okay, well, and just make sure when you report to him, what I'm guessing that this council is gonna do is make a motion to have that property condemned. It will be condemned, and then you will be given 90 days to bring it back up to code. And then we can reverse that process once it's back up to code. But make sure you get the permit as soon as possible, don't delay.
Okay.
And so I will make that motion.
All right. Mr. Abear.
Yes, ma'am. What is your name again?
Tabitha Mathern.
Okay, Tabitha, who is the owner of the LLC? You said you represent somebody.
Landon Latham. I cleaned his resident, like his.
Wait, first of all, let's get his name. What's his name?
Landon Latham.
Landon Latham. Okay, you don't own any part of that LLC.
No, I just cleaned his
So
house.
where is he? Why he's not here?
He had something with one of his children that he had to bring to the hospital.
Okay, so without any official a certificate of authority, she's not part of that entity. She's here tonight, but she doesn't have technically official authority. So if you continue to do it with that understanding what you're doing, he's not here. And I wanted that to be put clear on the record.
So we got a motion.
Yes, I made the motion. Yeah.
What's your motion again, sir?
The motion is to condemn the property and give them 90 days to bring it up.
Okay, so we have a motion to condemn the property, but give him 90 days to bring it up to code by Mr. Gerald Michel and a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, vote your machines. We have, are you abstaining, Mr. Harding? Okay, all right. So we have 7 yays and 1 abstention. Motion passes. Thank you.
And I wanted to mention one other thing.
Mr. Michel.
And again, we're not speaking to you legally because you don't have a legal right to be here on his behalf, but informally, let him know, and make sure that he knows that he needs to go ahead and get this permit and get this ball rolling immediately if he's gonna do it.
As a matter of fact, just out of abundance of caution, Dion, would you give her a paper with your name on it and your phone number to have him call you so he'll know exactly what transpired here tonight, please?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Item MM, 164 Rose Street.
The initial complaint was received on May 10th, 2022. An inspection was conducted on May 18th, 2022, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 16th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was still in violation. It is our recommendation that this residential structure be condemned.
Sir, please state your name and address.
Carl Parfait, 3901 Country Drive, Berg.
What we're looking at doing is, I want to see if we can fix it to rent it out. If not, we're gonna go ahead and condemn it. And we're gonna tear down the top and just save the foundation and rebuild on top of the foundation. So we're looking to try to make a red house out of it.
Mr. Babin?
Yeah, and I appreciate what you're saying. You do realize that if you tear it down to the structure, there's a possibility that does not meet the base flood elevation. So
Right.
you would have to raise it even higher than that. So what I'm trying to explain here is that you may have more problems tearing it down to a certain amount than tearing it down all the way, because it's gonna be more costly at that point to.
Right,
Because you have
that's
to
what,
go to
that's.
base flood elevation. I'm only stating these facts. Before we get into it,
understand.
Mr. Abear.
Ivan, just for the record, so we can be careful, because of the condition of that structure, he needs to contact the permitter office. It's likely that it is more than 50%, and he will still have to raise it regardless,
Correct,
whether
correct.
it's there or not. So
But,
you need to contact the permit office. What are you doing with him? You giving
Well,
him
I'm gonna go along with the recommendation of administration to condemn it and give it 90 days, like we've done before, that you either bring it up to code or it's gonna to be demolished at your expense, or if not at ours. But again, I was just trying to bring out to you that the base flood elevation is one thing, if you brought it down to that, but their point is well taken. The way the rules work, if it's more than 50% the value of the home, then it has to go to the to the new base flood elevations anyhow. Okay, so now again, and this came up in another one that we did tonight, the value of the home for that 50% is pre-ited valuation of it, okay? It's not what it's valued at right now. It was if it was, I'm just gonna use these figures, if it was valued at $200,000 prior to the storm, 50% of it is $100,000 worth of damage. But also remember that if you go on that premise at the 50%, you can't do anything else for 10 years on it to go over that 50% mark. So there's a lot of things involved here, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, well,
You
Mr.
can go ahead,
Abear?
Mr. Abear.
Yeah, is this your LLC Parfait Properties? Is that somebody else's?
no, that's our company. Yeah.
Who's ours?
Me and my son.
You and your son, okay.
Yeah,
Just wanted to make sure
Okay.
that we're dealing with the right.
I'm just trying to give you as much information here tonight as possible. okay?
Right.
So my recommendation, my motion is gonna be to condemn it and give you 90 days to either bring it up to, or it comes down. All right?
So we have a motion to condemn and give you 90 days to bring it up to code by Mr. Danny Babin and a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members, vote your machines.
Okay.
We have 8 yeas. Motion passes. Item NN 328 Dixie Avenue.
An initial complaint was received on August 19th, 2022. An inspection was conducted on September 2nd, 2022, which indicated that these structures were in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 16th, 2023, indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the residential and accessory structure be condemned.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Brian Pledger and a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines. 7 yeas. Motion passes. Item 00504 Champagne Court.
The initial complaint was received on April 24th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on April 26th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on April 17th, 2023, indicated that this structure continues to be in violation, and it is our recommendation that this structure be condemned. But to add, this structure is waiting on permitting approval in order to have the structure torn down.
Motion to concur.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Dirk Gidry and a second by Mr. I'm sorry, Ms. Camilla.
So I would like to grant them additional time in order to
90 days.
How much
I
time?
want to condemn and give them 90 days.
Okay,
Motion
all right.
to condemn and give them 90 days.
So we have a motion to condemn and give them 90 days to tear down the structure by Mr. Dirk Gidry and a second by Mr. Danny Babin. Members vote your machines. 7 yeas, motion passes. Item PP, 305 Grand Caillou Road.
The initial complaint was received on May 16th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on May 16th, 2023, which indicated that the structure was in fact to be in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 17th, 2023, indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Brian Pledger, a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members vote your machines. 7 yeas, motion passes. Item QQ, 6160 North Bayou Black Drive.
The initial complaint was received on April 4th, 2022. An inspection was conducted on May 20th, 2022, which indicated this structure to be in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 17th, 2023, indicates that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the residential accessory structure be condemned.
Sir, can you please state your name and address for the record?
Daniel L. Smith,
And address?
6160 North Bayou Black Drive, Gibson, Louisiana.
Okay, is this your property, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your intent with this property?
Ma'am?
What is your intent with the property? What do you plan on doing with it?
Oh, I like to fix the shop. I started working on it, but I'm still working on it. It don't look like that now. It still looks kind of messed up, but it don't look that bad now.
Mr. Harding?
We're gonna do just like we've been doing for the rest of the folk. Even though I have this gut feeling, but we're going actually the city accessory part of the building. All right, this is what we're doing, right? Right. We're going to actually concur with the administration, but give them 90 days to concur. You have 90 days to actually get everything squared away. Other than that,
90 days, what, to bring it up to code? What is code like?
You have to get with the planning department, you got to file for a building permit, they're gonna tell you everything you need to do.
Okay,
Get with, give you the information before you leave.
okay.
That's, Dion.
All right, so we have a motion by Mr. Harding, second by Mr. John Amity. Members vote your machines. 8 yeas, motion passes. Item RR, 2158 Effie Street.
The initial complaint was received on May 22nd, 2023. An inspection was conducted on May 22nd, 2023, which indicated that this structure was in fact to be in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 16th, 2023, which indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this residential structure be condemned.
Motion to concur with administration. Second.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Pledger, a second by Mr. Dirk Gidry. Members vote your machines. Seven yeas, this structure is condemned. Item SS, 6086 Highway 56.
The initial complaint was received on May 9th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on May 9th, 2023, which indicated that this structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection was conducted on October 17th, 2023, which indicated this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this residential structure be condemned.
Motion to concur.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Dirk Gidry and a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines. We have 7 yeas. Motion passes. Item TT, 1108 Bond Street.
The initial complaint was received on May 4th, 2023. An inspection was conducted on May 4th, 2023, which indicated that these structures were in fact in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 19th indicated that these structures continue to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the residential and accessory structure be condemned.
Ma'am, can you please state your name and address for the record?
Susan Franklin, 800 Greenwich Street,
And is this your property, ma'am?
family property.
Okay. Mr. Pledger would like to speak to you about this one.
I just, for the record, I'd like to let everybody know, I spoke with the family and also Ms. Franklin, and I want to make a motion to condemn, but and give them 90 days to bring it up to code.
Okay, so we have a motion by Mr. Pledger and a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines. We have 8 yeas. So, ma'am, what we did today is we condemned the property, but you have 90 days to get it up to code, like we did all the rest of the properties.
But some of it had been, I done boarded up, some of it, cleaned the yard up and everything.
Right, but we
But I
still.
want to sell it.
Okay, well, you have 90 days to sell it then. Mr. Pledger, would you like to speak to her?
Yeah, I'll explain it to you in depth, but I also want to explain it to your siblings too as well. So what I'll do is I'll give you guys a call, set something up where I can sit down so everybody understand, and I don't have to explain it to you, and then maybe you misunderstand some things. So I'll do it with
Okay.
all you guys, but you're good.
All right, thank
Right.
you.
Thank
No
you, good
problem.
night.
Night.
Thank you, Mrs. Pledger. Item UU, 554 Aragon Road, sorry.
The initial complaint was received on June 3rd, 2022. An inspection was conducted on June 23rd, 2022, which indicated that these structures were in fact to be in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 16th, 2023 indicated that these structures continue to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the residential mobile home and the accessory structure be condemned.
Second.
We have a motion to concur with administration by Mr. Steve Trosclair, a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines. Eight yeas, motion passes. Item VV, 6198 West Main Street.
The initial complaint was received on March 11th, 2020. An inspection was conducted on March 11th, 2020, which indicated these structures to be in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 17th indicated that these structures continue to be in violation. It is our recommendation that the residential structure and 3 accessory structures be condemned.
Yes, ma'am. Please state your name and address for the record.
Melanie Daigle, 804 San Antonio Boulevard. I'm not the owner. My sister-in-law is, but she asked me to speak. Her name is Betty Metcalf.
Okay. And what is Miss Betty's intention with her property?
We want to sell it. Okay. I wrote the dates down here. I know she met with, I guess it was just a lady here last year, but we never got any of these other notices as far as way back in 2020. Okay. First time we heard about this was last year toward the end of the year. Okay. We do want to sell it. And there's 2 sets of property. It's family property. The problem is the man that will buy it from us is lowballing it. He's somebody in town that makes money doing this. And so we're trying to hold out both of the families not to have to go with him. We had it appraised and we were told to tear everything down would be anywhere from maybe $20,000 to $30,000. Neither one of us knows anything about that. So I guess my question to y'all is if you tear it down, do you know what it would cost? And if you condemn it, can we still sell it?
Your councilman, Mr. Michel, would like to speak to you about that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad you're here at least, okay? It's been a problem for us and I'm sure for y'all for a long time.
Mhm.
What was your question?
Well, we don't know what it would cost to
Okay,
tear it down.
whatever it would cost, it'll almost definitely cost more if the parish does it.
Okay.
Okay, so if you can do it yourself, that would be the ideal thing. Is it your intention to either sell or tear it down?
We want to sell it. Okay.
But if you can't sell it, are you gonna tear it down or?
I guess we'll have to if you're
Okay.
saying we have to. I mean,
Okay.
we were trying to, the man that did the appraisal told us again that figure that I quoted, and he said you would just knock it off of the cost, okay, of the property. And we do have somebody that is interested in it, but he's really lowballing it for both sides of the family. It's two brothers that had the property.
Okay, okay, and I'm gonna make a motion that we condemn this property, and that we give you 60 days to tear it down yourself, and if you, or sell it. And if you don't tear it down and you don't sell it within 60 days, then the parish is gonna come in and tear it down, and that's gonna, that'll be billed to you.
You couldn't go the 90 days? Because we do.
But since it's demolition, I was being nice to go 60. Everybody else we've done until November the 30th, but we'll go the 90 days, okay?
Okay.
So my motion is to condemn and give you 90 days to tear it down yourselves, and if not, or to sell it, okay?
Mhm.
Now, but even if you sell it, the condemnation stands. It has to be torn down within 90 days, regardless of whether you sell it and it's somebody else's problem or whether you tear it down, okay?
Okay.
After 90 days, the parish will come in and tear it down.
Okay, so my question,
And
can
charge
you,
you.
yes,
Charge-
sir. My question is, can you sell a condemned
Yes.
property? That was my question. I kind of looked it up myself. I wasn't getting a good answer.
We have Mr. Abear and Mr. Plasky would like to speak. Mr. Abear.
Condemned property can be sold, but we need to stop there. You need, Melanie, you need to speak with legal counsel to have you advise you on how to handle that. We can't get into that aspect. But you can sell it as condemned. The bottom line is that this is real simple. You got 90 days either to tear it down or sell it. If not, the parish is gonna tear it down. They're gonna file a lien against the property.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then when you go to sell it, they're gonna take their money out. You have to pay them back.
Right, okay.
Okay.
But you said I can sell it. You said can.
It's gonna be recorded in the courthouse, a condemnation, and it can be sold. But what's gonna happen is that it's been condemned. So you're saying that you're trying to sell it, or you want, they're giving you two options. They give you enough time to sell it, or it's gotta be torn down. If you do not do one of those two things in 90 days, the parish is gonna tear it down, and then they're gonna go file an affidavit of the cost of the contractor to go tear it down.
Yes, sir.
And then when you go to sell it, you'll have to pay the parish back.
You understand? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Thank y'all.
Mr. Plasky?
He answered it.
Okay, all right, so, Mr. Michel, did you make your motion?
I did.
All right, so we have a motion by Mr. Michel and a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines.
One more question, and you might not be able to answer it. This Louisiana Restore, I'm getting the runaround on that.
We can't answer any
You don't,
questions about
okay.
that.
I didn't
ma'am.
know who to get in
All right,
touch with.
So,
That was
but
my-
it is condemned, and you have, what did we say, how much? 90 days to get it figured out.
And if you're getting a runaround, you're right up there with everybody else. So good
Yes,
luck to you.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Item WW 6194 West Main Street. That's you as well. Yes, ma'am.
This is the second property though.
Oh, well, that's next door.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not us then.
No, that's no problem.
Oh, it's Snowball. It's all on one address. It has two different addresses?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
So this will be, I guess, we can present, but we'll do the same. Yes. Okay. All right.
Our recommendation is to
Yes.
condemn that as
Condemn,
well.
yes.
So I make a motion that we condemn, give them 90 days to tear it down, or the parish will tear it down.
Mr.
and bill it
Pulaski?
to them. So that includes all buildings on both properties.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I know. There's 4 or 5, I think. Yeah.
It's
All right. Mr. Pulaski?
Well, I just, for the benefit of woman here, as well as people who may be listening in, if you do have questions about Restore LA, there actually is an event happening in Terrebonne Parish at the East Homa Library on Friday, October 27th from 10 to 4. So if you have questions, that's where you'd need to go.
Friday, October 27th, from 10 to 4 at the East Homa Library.
All right. Thank you so much. Item, I'm sorry, we have a motion.
I don't know, yeah, I did a motion, I don't know if we have a.
Yeah, do we have a second? We have a second by Mr. John Amity. Members, vote your machines. We have 7 yeas and 1 nay. Motion passes. Item XX, 505.5 Goes Avenue.
The initial complaint was received on August 22nd, 2021. An inspection was conducted on May 10th, 2022, which indicated that this structure was in a dangerous and dilapidated condition. Notices was issued. An inspection conducted on October 16th, 2023, indicated that this structure continues to be in violation. It is our recommendation that this structure be condemned.
Yes, sir, please state your name and address for the record.
Damon Baldone, 4107 Bayou Black Drive, Houma, Louisiana. The repairs have been made. The doors were just sealed because the Houma Police Department requested to be sealed. This structure was damaged with Hurricane Ida. A new roof has been placed on it. There were doors behind the boarding and the windows. So I have pictures of everything that's been already done. It was just more or less trimming the trees off and taking the boards off to stop vagrants. But have some pictures if you want to introduce them into the record or anything. But it's been completed as of Thursday of last week.
Ms. Camilla, have you guys been out there since Thursday of last week?
Our last inspection conducted was on October 16th.
So I have pictures if you want to see that all 4 sides have been completed. We put blinds in the windows. Everything's been completely fixed. It was
Mr. Amity?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Baldone, is the building up to code and ready to be lived in, or are you continuing
It
to do some
still
more
has,
work?
we're still waiting on some hurricane insurance proceeds. The inside needs a little bit of work, just cosmetic mostly work.
When are you expecting that it might be completed?
We have a mediation hopefully in December for insurance proceeds. But it's, like I said, the outside is nice. The inside just needs a little bit cosmetics.
Okay.
Miss Camilla and Miss Dion, I'll leave this one up to you guys. I mean, you've got the pictures. What do you feel you want to proceed?
We'd like to mention that the structure we received, it was in the condition prior to the storm. So based on the photos that we have received here, and we can't get in the inside, so it's secured, and the appearance at this point does no longer looks like blighted property. So we're gonna actually, I guess we can actually close the file.
Mr. Harding?
According to those pictures that you received right there, you're gonna close the file on that. You're not gonna send one over there because were you aware of these pictures coming up after your last inspection?
No, we weren't aware.
Okay, but you're still recommending that?
Yeah, we'll recommend.
Yes. Mr. Pledger, and then I have one comment because this is actually the district I represent. Mr. Pledger?
just for verification, I know we have pictures here that you're presenting to us. I would just add on to it. I would suggest at least let's send an inspector out there, verify what we have, and then, do what you're suggesting.
See, and that was gonna be my suggestion. We've done this before where we actually held these over until the next condemnation meeting. That way we could have time to go re-inspect. It still gives you more time to do more improvements to the property as well. So I'd like to, if one of my colleagues can recommend, all right.
I'm just saying.
So all right, so, okay,
When are the next condemnation hearings?
January.
January.
Yeah.
Okay.
The motion to hold is over until January.
So we have a motion to hold this over until January by Mr. John Amity, a second by Mr. Brian Pledger. And Gerald, do you want to talk before we vote? After we? Okay, all right. So we have a motion, a second. Members, vote your machines.
I guess a notice again.
She's gonna give you notice and they'll send you.
We have 8 yeas, so Mr. Valdone, we'll just revisit this at the next condemnation meeting in January. And if you have completed the work that you needed done, we won't even bring it up.
Okay.
So we've done that several times in the past. We'll have to bring it up, but we'll just close your file, yes. All right, Mr. Michaud.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Dion, Ms. Camilla, this is my last condemnation meeting, and I just want to thank y'all so much for everything. Y'all do a great job. Y'all have worked hard, and I hope the new council people that come on understand that this is such a balance between doing the right thing by the property owner, because it's always hard to take their rights away, versus doing the right thing by the community. And y'all are a good leader on that. And so you'll have the opportunity to be a senior part of this, and you won't have to feel like you're secondary anymore. So, but thank y'all so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate y'all. God bless you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Mr. Dirk Gidry.
One quick question, Dion. Some of these places that we condemned before, and it's over the 90 days, they haven't been torn down yet. Is there, we still waiting to get them torn down?
Remember you approved the American Rescue money? That's what we're gonna be utilizing. So we were waiting for
because I know
funding.
there's some that we
were waiting on
condemned a while
funding.
back and they're still standing, so.
Waiting on funding. So we
You
have
got
that
it,
now
my
and
girl.
we're moving forward.
And thank you for what y'all do.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, I have a few lights. Mr. Pledger. Okay, Mr. Michel?
Okay, and also, it takes a little time. Y'all have to get the bids and all that. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, but we were waiting on the funding too, but yes, we'll still have to start the bidding process now
much
that
you
we
need?
have it.
Thank you.
We got $1 million. Oh, yeah, it is. I'm done. I'm tired.
Yes, we have a motion to adjourn and a second by Mr. Gerald Michel. Good night, everyone.
Last time, you tried.
I did.
This time, try it again. Next time, damn it.
Look, I have, but I'm not. Yeah. Oh, wait, let me turn off my mic.